Everybody knows I'm Miles Jackson. Everybody calls.
All right, so let's talk about the special conditions of the sale or specific terms and conditions. So this is going to be centered around the individual property that is going to be offered. And the auctioneer, the real estate broker, may announce in advance a specific requirement that a purchaser must attend to or understand this is how that you're going to bid and buy on the property. In other words, there may be an easement to the property and the closing agent has given the title commitment, and in the special exceptions or the B addendum, it may say that you're buying this property, but it's subject to the phone, utility, road easements. These are special conditions of the sale. Other special conditions of the sale may mean how much will you be paying for the buyer's premium? How much will a survey cost? Will the purchaser be responsible for any back taxes, or will the purchaser and seller prorate the taxes as of the day of closing? There may be other issues that may be addressed in the special conditions or the specific terms and conditions of the sale. What happens if there's a bald eagle on the property? That just may get into a different situation where, you know what, you need to pay attention to it, but what the auctioneer is telling you, hey, there's a nest down here on the back corner of the property or wherever it's located, and that this is a condition of the sale. You're buying it subject to an endangered species. What about a cemetery that may exist or may have existed, or we may not know of existence of cemetery or cemeteries on the property? It comes into a lot of times a person may have a right to go back and forth to that cemetery for maintenance. You need to understand that in the sale. It's normally laid out in those special conditions of sale in the terms and conditions. What about the gas, oil, and mineral rights? Well, the common disclaimer is we may not know what the gas, oil, mineral rights are. However, it should be laid out in the terms and conditions. If the seller has those mineral rights, they may be reserved or they may not be reserved. These are all special conditions of the sale. Now, the general conditions of the sale could fall in line with the bidding terms or how that we're going to accept bids, but we want to be more specific in special conditions when a piece of property is going to trade hands, because understand that each transaction is different. You may be buying a piece of land today. If you're an investor, you may buy some multifamily homes tomorrow. Regardless if you're buying at auction or if you're buying the traditional means, you need to understand what the terms of the contract are that the attorneys have prepared in advance of making the bid. The auctioneer is going to ask you for the money. The auctioneer is going to get the bid, and they're going to calculate what you're going to have to pay. The seller is going to say yes or no. So once we have a deal, we're going to go to closing. Remember the part about closing? But in advance, the auctioneer is going to tell you about these specific terms, general terms. They're going to lay it out in advance and tell you the rules that you must abide by prior to making an offer on any specific property, whether it be personal property or real property that is going to be sold.
I'm the auctioneer, people like it that way. Yeah.